Friends, happy Monday. My name is Sarah Brooks, and this is Thriving in Parenthood. I hope you've been able to catch some of these every Monday at 3 o'clock. Go back if not. I think they're decent. Last week, I had Joe with me, and we talked about the expectations that we have as husbands and wives that we don't communicate, and like what happens on things like Mother's Day. You could apply it to Father's Day, I'm sure, too. And just to help eliminate any kind of miscommunication or like having your hopes and dreams go because you didn't tell your husband what you wanted. That day's over, so I hope it all went well for y'all. We've been talking about gratitude, and this is Thriving in Parenthood. And I know this is a really weird time. It's such a hard time, and it's really a hard time and interesting time to be a parent during all this. And so I really hope that these are helpful for you guys. I hope that they keep you encouraged and that you're able to share them with friends too and other moms and dads that are just navigating this, because there is no handbook for this at all. Or I don't think there is. Haven't found one. You guys are doing a great job. So I thought we should kick this off with confessions of the parent, because that just feels really freeing to do that. So I'm filming this ahead of time. It's 12 o'clock. And the TV has been on all morning, I think since 7 a.m. That's 5 hours. That's not good. So there's my confession. And I will say, I'm an Enneagram 7. And so we are free-spirited, typically. I easy to go with punches. I love like changing my plan. Like if you're a 1, you're going, no. You have a plan and you stick to it. I'm like, oh, let's do that. That sounds fun. So for me, having a schedule in my house has been something that I do, but I had to work and have to work really hard at it. And so when my kids have been playing outside so much. Everett doesn't have school this morning. It's raining and we were working and the TV just stayed on and we didn't do anything about it. And we have those days. It won't always be this way. So if you have a confession, go ahead, share it with us. It's freeing and this is a safe space, I promise. I'm sure I have a lot more I could share, but at the moment, that's the one that I'm going, okay, we've had the TV on all morning. I'll try to turn it off at some point. I said this before, like it's a weird time. I'm a 7, like I said, if you're not familiar with that. There's another good resource. If you look up Enneagram with, I think it's COVID, or they have like some really good series with like each number and how we're handling this. And I feel like it's been really helpful. It's on YouTube for sure. You can find it there. But the Enneagram tells us a lot about who we are and how we interact with each other. And that's something that I love to dive into, and just with relationships and such. So if I say that, that's what I mean. But I'm also a very optimistic person. I will try to find the good in everything. I make jokes when I shouldn't make jokes. I avoid pain at all costs. Not really, I'm getting better with that, but I feel like, my natural incline is to avoid pain and avoid confrontation, and we are going to have fun. We are fun havers. But I read this thing in this book today. I've been reading Brene Brown, Dare to Lead, and she's talking about leadership and how you kind of have to have you have to have faith, but you also have to have like a reality check as well. And her example was, I can't even remember his name, McDowell maybe. There's a general in the Vietnam War who was a POW for 8 years. And he survived, and someone was interviewing him and they said, well, who didn't survive? And he said, the optimists didn't survive. What? And he basically explained, like they would say, well, we'll probably be out of here by Christmas. It's going to be fine. We're out of here by Christmas. And then Christmas would pass. And then they would say, we're going to be out of here by Easter. And then Easter would pass, and so on and so forth for 8 years. And they just died of a broken heart. Okay, I know that's a really positive story to share with you guys. I took a picture of the page and sent it to my friends, and I said, maybe I should stop being an optimist. And they're like, no, we need you in our life. But that is something that I've had to deal with the last few weeks, of a reality check. And I've had hopes and like, yeah, we're going to start school. This will be done by September, by August. It's going to be fine. I'm going to get to go to my concert. I have a vacation plan next spring. That'll happen. And Christmas is going to, and I just, it's one of those things. This last few weeks, I've had to have a reality check, and that's heavy and that's hard. And you're asking me, why are you sharing this right now? Because reality checks are okay, and so is faith, and we need both. And I want to say, if you're feeling those burdens and the heaviness and the sadness of the continued cancellations, like my kindergartner, Bear, will be starting kindergarten next week, and he or next year. And that's going to look different than I expected. That was a hard thing to deal with. So and our kids are talking about it. In fact, Bear did declare that COVID, or he said, the coronavirus is done. It's gone. It's gone. I'm like, yes, son, in Jesus' name, it is gone. Out of here. Anyway, that was his declaration coming up the stairs this morning. I appreciate his optimism too. But with that said, I feel you. And it is such an interesting time to be a parent right now. It's such an interesting time to be a human right now. And we're trying to deal with these emotions. And so I have been feeling them too and trying to figure out. I feel like it's like we are a wave. We are a wave. And we have those beautiful days. We're going in. And like Mother's Day yesterday was so good for me personally. It was a good, relaxing day. We had fun together. We did something different. We got out and, it was just such a good day. But then there's also the heavy days, the rainy days, the uncertainty days. And we're going out, you know what I mean? Going in, going out, going in, going out. And I've been encouraging you guys to ride the waves. Ride the waves with me, and don't be afraid to talk about those things with your kids. Don't be afraid to talk about those things with your spouse. I think that's so important. Like, it's really easy for me to shove the scary feelings under the rug and let them go and just distract myself. But I've been working on like sharing that with my husband to tell him the hard that I'm feeling. Because he'll start to see me retreat when I can't shove it under the rug anymore. And that's when he kind of starts to press in, and I will be open to sharing more. And so I encourage you guys to do the same, to keep each other in check, and just, it's okay to feel those things. And sometimes just saying it out loud helps to release it. Just like we release our confessions, our parenting confessions. So I'm going to keep this somewhat short. That's not true. It's already 7 minutes, but I have a little prayer for you guys just to read this over this. And if you guys want to see it, it's on Proverbs 31 Ministries. I got it from their Instagram. You can screenshot it and save it yourself. I wrote it in my journal. So this is for you guys in all of this crazy that we're trying to navigate. Dear friend, we see you. We see how hard you are working to keep yourself together. We see your tired eyes and can feel your tired spirit. This battle feels too big. This pain feels too all-consuming. The other side just feels too far away. While questions fill your mind and you are fighting to keep fear at bay, God is with you. Oh, sweet friend, He's never left you. Even though all you can see are uncertainties, hold tight to this truth. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. Isaiah 43:2. Friend, you are His beloved, and He will never leave you. I hope and pray that encourages you today. It's the truth that we get to set our feet on. It's the hope that we have. And while we have to have reality checks, we also have to have faith in Him, that He was with us and He will sustain us. And also a reminder, we are in this together. That's why we're doing this Thriving in Parenthood, is you're not alone. I know you feel alone and it feels lonely at your house with your kids, but you're not alone. So we're here if you need anything at all. Have a great week. Okay? Bye.